Good morning. So today I'm going to be working on the Honda Civic, the 95 that I was working on. And I told you guys previously that I was going to do a manual swap, and then I told you I wasn't going to do a manual swap. Well, now I have the stuff to do a manual swap. I have everything from the tranny to the axles to the shift linkage to the clutch, the flywheel bolts, and the clutch bolts, the ECU, the pedal assembly, and the master cylinder. All I need is the line for that. Just couldn't find it in the junkyard. And right now I started draining the coolant. I was gonna get ready to pull the axles. I removed some stuff from the top over here. So when I have everything disassembled, I think I'll bring you guys back. I'll probably do a little time lapse or some sort like that. So I know I already started, but here's the time. So I just want to give you guys a little update. So I took off most of the T-bracket bolts, if you can see. Those three right here. Those three, I'm going to take that one off from the top. I took off this little piece right here. This is where the cable goes. There's just two 10 mils. Then there was a 10 mil right here. This 10 mil has a little bit of a thingy-mahoozy on it, I guess. So you just bend these tabs back and then just take it off. So right now, I'm gonna bring it down and you know what? Yeah, I'll just do it on the floor. Yeah, I'll take it down from the bottom, then I'll just lift the car up and we'll be happy, I guess. Okay, so I just removed the transmission. Right now I'm gonna remove the flex plate and start bolting up the other transmission from the bottom. And hopefully I'll get it up and kablam. Oh yeah, and here's the time, 5:25. So first thing, you're gonna need a clutch, and you're actually gonna need these bolts. The longer ones that come with the one with the flywheel, not the one with the flex plate. So you're gonna want the longer ones. And obviously, you're gonna want your flywheel too. So let me just try to put this on. From the top and I can't see shit, so I'm gonna struggle a bit. So I just impacted them in. There shouldn't be an issue with that. And right now, since I actually touched the flywheel, I'm gonna actually clean it and then keep moving along. After you clean it, you're gonna need your alignment tool, which we had a lot, so there's no problem finding one. So you wanna put in the clutch and it tells you flywheel side. So the other way, like this. Okay. Yeah, so this way. Put it in there. I already cleaned my clutch plate, or pressure plate, whatever you want to call it. If it doesn't align, like you just did it right now, just keep moving it along until you find the ones that actually work for that. Right there. Just put in the bolts. Oh shit, that was not the correct bolt. Don't use these bolts. I don't know if you can see it. Don't use these bolts. You need these. So here's the part that you're probably gonna need some friends, but I didn't ask for help, so I'm gonna just do it by myself. So I mean, whatever, I'll just use the one over there. So today's the next day, and I left a little bit early because I ran into an issue. I don't know if you can tell, but I actually didn't know this. So this bracket right here for the mount is actually tilted upwards like that, and on the manual ones they just come straight. It doesn't have a little tilt, it's just straight like that. So I don't know if you can see it, but the engine is tilted up like this on this side, and I looked it up online, and apparently they make a mount that is just a little bit longer from the bottom. And since this one's already ripped, and I was gonna just leave it like that, so I just ordered one, and I'll leave a link in the description if you guys want to get one of those mounts. So today I figured I'd put everything back in. I mean, that mount shouldn't prevent me from putting in the axles and everything else in, and I could probably run it like this, but I'm gonna just put everything together, just put it on the side, and then when the mount comes, I'll put it on, and then I'll start driving it around. So now it's just actually putting everything back together. The transmission is actually on. You need to put this ground. I need to do something about the ground actually, because it doesn't reach. So I'll get the ground going. I got the slave over there, and put the starter in. And I also need to figure something out for the safety neutral switch, which I'm hoping is just something over there in the shifter box. Should be pretty simple, but I'll get to it when I'm there. Now I got everything pretty much in. I put the axles in, which I didn't know this. The automatic and the manual transmission axles are the same axles. So right now it has the new axle. I got the new one because, you know, it's new. And I put the long axle from the automatic transmission in because it looked better, and it was the same. So I used it because this one was pretty cracked. So I used the automatic transmission axle and the manual transmission axle. And right now I put all the bolts in. You know, I got the wiring all sorted out, and I also did change the shifter out of this. This was from my Del Sol, and there's this actual Civic one. It was just a little bit longer, and it actually like bends towards you. So I thought that was pretty nice, and I did grease it up. And I did take apart the interior a little bit, and I found the safety neutral switch, which is right here. Now I was trying to figure out what wires to use. I mean, I guess you could just leave it in neutral, but then you would have this laying around in there. And I was trying to figure out what wires it was to like bypass it in neutral, just cut them off. But I was trying to figure it out and it couldn't figure it out, so I just looked it up online, and apparently it's the two big wires, this black one and this red one, and I don't want to have this or cut this because I want to save that. So I'm gonna use this 10 gauge wire, and I'm just gonna poke it in both of the big ones right here, and hopefully that should work. And you know, obviously remove all of this, which shouldn't be too hard. It's just 4 10 mils, and then remove whatever the hell this is over here. So I just got the ECU installed. I think there's a way that you can make the automatic ones to manual, but I'm not really sure. And I had the manual transmission ECU, so I just threw that in without struggling. Right now I'm making some holes for the shift linkage. I actually, where's the, for right now, as you can see right there, just hook these up together, this one and then that one over there, because I'm sure that one right there is the one with the little pedal where you have to press the pedal in order to put it in gear. So I just hooked that up together. Right now I'm gonna put the shift linkage, and then I'm gonna try to start it. Just wanted to show you this part. There's actually a little bit of a circle already there. I just try to center it as much as possible. So right now I'm just gonna lift the car and install the shift linkage. Okay guys, so I just installed the shift linkage. As you can see, it runs all the way over here. And the hardest part about this was actually finding the damn bolts. So I found them, but you know, that was not very good right there. Whatever, I'll run it. And then over here, I didn't have the pin, so I just used a bolt. And it would have been better if I put the bolt through the top and then the nut through the bottom. But the bolt was pretty long and it didn't fit through the top. So I just ran it like that. And this shift linkage has some play, as you can see. And I was surprised when I found out that the T-bracket from the automatic and the manual was actually the same. So you don't have to upgrade that if you want to do this. Except I did hear or read that the rear mount is substantially weaker on the automatic transmissions. And I also took a look at both starters, and the only difference that I found was this little thing right here. But I actually think that you can put the automatic starter on the manual transmission. Just got to get that longer bolt on this side, then just use a shorter one over here. Then other than that, right now I'm gonna drop it down, and yes, I'm gonna see if I can start it without a damn what do you call it, a radiator. I'm gonna shut it off real quick. So this is just a little test fire. So I'll meet you guys at the top. So I got the radiator in. Just need to tighten this bolt up right here real quick. So there she goes. So it's pretty much in. Just gotta check the coolant level, maybe recycle that, put it back in here. So let's try to start it. Oh wait. Ooh, that's pretty loose. Whatever, I'll see if it works. I wonder if, yeah, I should start like this. Got a clutch pedal, I'm thinking at least. Oh, where's the light? Where's the light? Oh yeah, I took it out. Dang. Maybe I should have left the longer shifter. Because when I go into first, I kind of hit the seat. So, neutral. And it fired up. Oh dang, yeah. Huh. So now the key doesn't want to come out. I thought this over here would actually fix it with the blue wires. Huh. I mean blue wires. The yellow wires, because that's a little thing that holds it back, huh? So I'm gonna see what the heck I do so the key comes out, but it fired right up. So let me get this legit. And I know I said I wasn't gonna cut it, but you know, I couldn't fit the 10 gauge in there, so I had to do this. And there's a light, and then I'm not sure what this is, and then there's this, what is it called? It's called safety neutral switch. Speakers don't work. Okay, I need to figure something out. I need to pull a battery. So I'll be right back. Okay, so today's the next day, and I actually tore apart the interior, and I got the pedal assembly somewhat figured out. So in the automatic transmission, the brake pedal is actually a little bit different. This is actually the automatic one. Here's the gas pedal for the automatic one. So as you can tell, the brake pedal is actually curved here, and this one's straight, and this one's actually longer, and this one's smaller. This actually comes out of a 98, and this came out of a 95. So I don't know if you can just get one that comes out of a 95 and it'll fit up, but when I went to the junkyard, they only had a 98. So this is what I got. I thought it would fit, bolt up, but I guess it didn't. So if you guys get a 98, what I did is there's actually some spot welds that I drilled out, and I moved this whole little bracket, because I tried moving the pedals, and the pedals were actually different, the gas pedal. But if I did do this again, I would actually remove it from right here and just swap the whole thing over. It'll be a lot easier if I do it like that. So just a little tip for you guys. So I'm gonna drop this in there. I actually already took the little cap off for the master cylinder. I just need to poke a hole there through the insulation, find some nuts, bolt it up, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Where's the clutch pedal actually? Oh, it's over there. So yeah, take you through the process, and I still need to show you guys the little thing to remove the key. So I just had to modify the pedal assembly again. I had to cut this because it didn't fit down there. So round 2. And when the junkyard guy tells you, oh, it's the same, don't freaking believe him, because it's not the same. All they want to do is sell. All right, guys, so the car is basically done. Right now, I'm just doing some simple stuff. I did valve lash. I changed spark plugs because it's broken, and they're pretty bad. Anyways, you couldn't see it. I'm sorry. So, car's, like I said, done. I did run into some issues with the pedal and stuff, but I basically have it done. I also did reverse light, as you can see right here, and that was actually wasn't too hard, just doing some stuff. And as you can see over here, let me bring you over here. And by the way, I don't know where I ended off. Oh yeah, I changed the mount. The T-bracket fits, and as you can see right here, the switch for the reverse is actually plugged in to the automatic solenoid thing. I don't know if you guys know, but the automatic ones have a little solenoid thing, so I just use the same plug, chase the wires back, which is green and black, and a yellow one. It comes into this pin right here, or to this plug, I'm sorry. Goes inside, and then I actually chopped them off over there in here, and there's actually, let me show you guys. So there's a green one with the black stripe and this power wire right here, which is a yellow one. So I just have those connected, and then the two, you know, normal ones, and that's pretty much it. And then to let the key go back out, it was just a little blue boxes right there. I just took it off and started working. I read something about hooking up wires, but I mean, I just removed it and it started working. So the car is aligned now too. I took it to get aligned this morning, and here I have the paper too, so you guys want to see that. Right there. But this is pretty much it. The car's basically done. Like I said, I did spark plugs, and this is the final phase. Oh, except there's one little thing that I need to change out. So I'll just put this in the front and call it done. Car is pretty dusty, as you can see over there. So hopefully you guys like this little tutorial type thing, take you along. I don't know how well you can see me, but I'm sure I'm all zoomed in or whatever. So yeah, hopefully you guys liked it. Hopefully you guys learned something, and if you did, thank you guys for watching, and see you later. Alligator, maybe next time. I don't know when I'll actually post, but I'll try to have something. So peace out.